When Kyle Lowry was traded to the Miami Heat last August, every team fan was over the moon. While he put up decent numbers in the 63 games he played last season, he wasn't able to be as good as he usually is. Despite that, Miami's head coach, Erik Spoelstra, has high hopes for the point guard. So in this video, we're looking at what he recently said about Lowry, plus some more. First up, Coach Spo emphasizes how important Kyle is to the team. Spoelstra was all praise for Lowry when speaking to the media, and made sure to let everyone know that he's really optimistic for the upcoming season. Erik's happy with Kyle's progress in training camp, and went as far as to say that he loved what he saw from him. Coach Spo said that based on everything he's seen so far, Lowry's ready to go, while also commenting that the point guard's in amazing shape. Most importantly, Spoelstra informed reporters that Lowry's in a great frame of mind, despite everything he had to deal with this past year. He also highlighted the importance of being emphatic toward him because of the same. Hearing that Kyle's doing better is great, because being in the right headspace is integral if you want to help your team win. When he discussed Lowry's first season with the Heat, he said that there wasn't any point in dwelling on the negative aspects, because he has a Hall of Fame playmaker in Lowry, who's amazing at distributing the ball and feeding the rest of the guys. So, Spo lets us know that even if Lowry can't score many points, he makes up for it with his elite playmaking and passing ability, which has been a major weakness for Miami for a long time. Next up, let's look at why Lowry wasn't able to play well last season. There were two main issues that Kyle had to deal with last season that stopped him from being as good as he was during his days as a Raptor. First, his lack of conditioning led to injuries. He had a lingering hamstring injury throughout the postseason that caused him to miss 1 game in the first round, 4 games in the second, and 2 in the Eastern Conference Finals. The injury made him play even worse than he did in the regular season, as he averaged just 7.8 points and 4.7 assists in 10 games. After Miami's crushing defeat in Game 7 of the conference finals, Miami's general manager, Pat Riley, made it known that he thought that Kyle needed to be in better shape for the team to be more successful. According to Lowry, the biggest reason was that he had to keep missing games due to personal issues. Lowry hasn't been open about the family situation he's been facing, but he said it's something that derailed him. Sadly, he said he's still dealing with it, and that once things get better, he'll tell everyone more about what went down due to these issues in his personal life. He missed 9 straight games at one point in the season. Lowry's missed time was detrimental because it didn't allow him to get into a rhythm and develop chemistry with the rest of the squad. Moving on, can Kyle help lead Miami past the finish line? Coach Spo thinks so, and we're sure his supportive teammates feel the same way. But can he have a positive impact this late in his career? Well, it all depends on how he's used and whether the rest of the team can make the most of all his efforts to get them open looks. Despite an off year overall, Lowry showed flashes of his prime self last season and also managed to average 7.5 assists, which aren't too shabby. As his coach said, no matter how old he gets, he'll always be able to make smart plays and serve as a quarterback for the team, ensuring that the team's stars in Jimmy B and Bam Adebayo can be at their best. Another key element to his game that'll help Miami is his defense. He's been able to draw charges all his career, and frankly, no one does it as well as him. This is important because it forces the team to turn the ball while also getting under their skin. Plays like that can be huge during close playoff games. Plus, if Lowry's issues are resolved and he's looking in good shape, as reported by Coach Spo, then we can expect him to have a better scoring season as well. Keeping all this in mind, Kyle can help Miami get another ring. Last but not least, let's talk about his championship experience. Lowry is the most experienced player in the number of games he's played, but he's also been to the finals and won it all, something that no one else on the Heat has been able to do. He carries himself with a championship pedigree that'll be huge if Miami can make it to the finals again. He's got that dog in him, and he's a terrific leader. Sure, Jimmy, Bam, and Hero played their hearts out in the 2020 finals, but they couldn't win. Plus, there wasn't the usual finals atmosphere due to COVID. On the other hand, Lowry performed when the lights were bright and the fans were going wild. He could put up 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists in 6 games on a relatively good shooting split, so he knows how to rise to the occasion. We saw Jimmy go off back in the 2020 finals, dropping 40 pieces and carrying the team on his back like it was nothing. If they play alongside each other in the finals, we're certain they have a great chance of bringing the championship back to Miami after 10 years. Now, let's look at some other news. First off, DeAndre Ayton and his coach have some catching up to do. When speaking to reporters recently, Ayton dropped a bomb on us that we weren't expecting. The starting center for the Suns hasn't spoken at all to his head coach Monty Williams since Phoenix got bounced in the second round of the playoffs last year. This is worrying because they didn't end the previous season on good terms. How is that so? Monty had benched DeAndre during Game 7 of the Western Western Conference semis, which he didn't take too well. Ayton's in no rush to speak to Williams because he told reporters that his actions would speak louder than words. When Monty was asked about the situation, he downplayed it and said he doesn't talk to anyone much during the offseason. Either way, this isn't a good sign. So for the sake of the Suns, we hope the two can be on good terms for the next season. The Suns made it to the finals in 2021 and finished first in the West last season. They still have their core who achieved that, so they'll make some noise again next season. Let's pray that Monty doesn't bench Ayton early in a game. Next up, Steve Nash downplays the Kevin Durant situation. Boy, head coaches in the NBA sure love to understate things, huh? During the offseason, we discovered that KD delivered an ultimatum to Joe Tsai, the Nets owner. He asked Tsai to either choose Steve Nash and Sean Marks or him. When the news broke out, the NBA world went crazy. The weirdest part about this was the fact that KD was the one who begged the Nets front office to sign Nash as the head coach in the first place. While many thought Nash would be frustrated by Durant's antics, at the very least, this wasn't the case. He talked about the situation at the Media Day event and told reporters that the news didn't concern or worry him. He said that KD and himself go way back, so Durant's request didn't bother him because he knew that things would be okay if they addressed everything, which they did. That's a positive and sensible response, which shows us that even though things could have gotten ugly, the Nets organization is focused on moving forward and letting bygones be bygones. And finally, we have exciting news for Warriors fans. On the new and improved NBA app, fans will be treated to a 7-part docuseries titled Gold-Blooded, which details Golden State's road to the 2022 NBA championship. Fans will get some insight into the team's tough journey through exclusive interviews and never-before-seen interviews with coaches, executives, and players, including Steph, Klay, and Draymond. The first 2 episodes have already been launched, while new episodes will drop every Tuesday and Thursday until the regular season starts. So if you're a bored Warriors fan, start watching the docuseries. It's perfect for getting you pumped up for the next season. That's a wrap for this video. Do you guys think Lowry's important to Miami, or is Coach Spo showing more optimism than he should be? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.